they're essentially the same images. I just have them in another folder. Crossfire black. Which is this one here. And finally, the last one, which is the S rifle. What's that? There you go. We're changing these because they're called already, so we can distinguish them better. So we'll delete these guys. And this one. Okay, and we're going to put these icons back up in here. Okay. So let's check our textures. Icon. The next one. RPK. You guys might already be set up. Our sniper rifle. Finally our SVD. This one. Okay. So let's play and take our guns. Okay, and see how they all have different colors, so we know which weapons are which. You can even put a halo light around the actual gun itself with the corresponding color. But the next thing we're going to set is our default texture slot to put on the empty slots of our bags. So let's use this X, which we provide you, and I'm sure you know how to create one of these by now. Or you could use the tile, whichever one you like better, whichever one you think looks better, and see how it's stored where we don't have slots. So for example, let's get this weapon, and we have our icon filled. Throw it away, and there's our default X again. So that's how that works. It automatically fills our grid. So what we're going to do now is create a style for the bag and for our slots. So let's open our inventory grid. And what we're going to create is two GUI styles. One for our buttons inside the bags, and the other one for our bag, the bag on the screen. So let's create them over here. Bag button, type GUI style, and another which we'll name our bag slot button, which is a GUI style as well. Okay. So now that we have these variables, all we're going to do is add them over here, the style. So we'll do the same here. Add a comma, hit save, and on our bag button, add it over here. Okay, so now that we have this, we'll go to our, we see our two buttons, the bag button and the bag slot button, so there's all kinds of things you can do with a GUI style. But let's select our backpack icon that's provided with you, and let's set it to our backpack or background, and we should see it now down here. This is our bag. Okay, let's remove these the names here, the letters, and we'll set it as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And add the normal icon on each bag background. Alright. And let's center our font of the bag button, the number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. We'll set it on the middle center. Okay. Save. And let's try it out. And now here are the icons, but we can't see the numbers. So let's change the color of the font. And let's do it by selecting this color picker. And we'll change them all to white. Because we can distinguish it a little bit better. I like the white color. You can use any color you like. Alright, hit save and hit play, and there it is. We can see our numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's centered in the middle. Okay. So our active button, we're going to add another asset, which is our back icon pressed, and the same for our tile pressed button. And we're going to do the same for the others. This one and this one. Hit save and let's try it out. So check out when we select it or hover our mouse, it changes the texture and puts that little transparent box around it. Okay. And let's do the same thing for the for our hover. So we have the same icons, the background over, and head that one to the hover, and we'll do the same thing for all the other bags. Add the same one. Okay. So now that should do it. Now when we hover over, you see how it changed? There it goes. And when we press it, it's opens and it's solid. So let's do all of this for our bag slot. So normal, we'll have a tile texture, and our tile over, and active, we'll have our tile pressed, which is active. Okay, so hit save, and we'll do the same thing for the rest of the bags. Tile over, and tile pressed. Same thing, tile over, tile over, and tile pressed. Okay, save. Let's check it out. So, we'll open them all, check them out, see how it selects, and when it's pressed, it steps over. Alright, so if you want to select one, it stores over here, and we can release it. And finally, we're going to use our backpack tile button that we created, and we're going to have to modify our script, our inventory grid script, and we're going to change this, and we're going to add to our box, which is a container of all our buttons, a style. And we'll name it box style. Let's create a variable. GUI style, and that's it. It's that easy. So here's our box style, and let's add the background on normal for all of our bags. And you could have did it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and we don't need the name anymore. Okay, and let's try it out. So, the buttons won't need it organized, they're a little big, but here's our background. So let's organize the buttons so our background icon fits. And the slot size, let's try 35, see what happens. Okay. We need to move it a little bit down and a little bit to the right. And we're going to do this by modifying our script. Let's see, offset that moves this space is 15, we'll set it to 30. Okay, here we have it. Now what we need to do is to move it to the right, and we're going to move it to the right with adding a value here. Okay, save. Check it out. There we go. Fits. Okay. You can tweak it and try and get it perfect, but we'll hit save. Let's clear our console. And let's organize the same values. So it's 35 instead of 40. 35. Okay, test it. And here we have it with the buttons, which are all centered, and it looks pretty nice. We can take our objects, let me go into our backpack. We can release them. So we'll hit save.